I will call to order this meeting of the Agricultural Advisory Committee for Abbotsford, Thursday, July 11th, 2024. Could we have a motion to adopt the agenda, please? Moved by Matt, seconded by Brad. All in favor? None opposed? Carried.
Councillor Ross, just before we begin, do you mind just reading the blurb right under call to order?
Oh,
It's
okay.
just an announcement for committee members.
Yes. Thank you. Probably should have reminded me that a little earlier.
Sorry, I was dealing with
That's okay. All right. As a cultural and economic hub of the Fraser Valley, there's always a lot going on in Abbotsford. To learn more about what the City Council is up to in the community and the decisions we make that affect the lives of our residents, visit abbotsford.ca/yourcouncil. You can see updates on council meetings through our council briefs, see photos from community events, and real blog posts covering issues and events that matter to our community. All right, we already had a motion to adopt the agenda. Adoption of the minutes, please. Moved by Matt, seconded by Alex, all in favor? None opposed, motion's carried. No presentations or delegations. We only have one item, so could we have someone introduce this report, please?
Perfect, thank you very much. This item 6.1 is an ELC boundary realignment application for 1080 and 1188 Fadden Road. Ms. Carolina Perrin will do a brief introduction for the committee.
Thank you. So the purpose of this application is for a boundary realignment involving two adjacent parcels. The applicant is proposing to consolidate 1188 Fadden Road, which is, if I can, here we go, there it is, this where my marker is kind of hovering, with 1080 Fadden Road, which is the larger parcel right here, and establish a new 0.3 hectare parcel around the existing principal existing principal residence on 1080 Fadden Road. Here's a little bit of a better image there. The purpose is to let the dairy farmer who retired and sold his business to another dairy farm operation provide an opportunity for his son and his son's family to continue to live on the land he grew up on, but further away from the operation. The current residence at 1188 Fadden Road, right over here, is too close to the dairy operation on 1080 Fadden Road, which is right here. It worked for the family while they were running the business, as the farm market, parking, and barns are located directly behind the residence. But now that the operation has changed hands, the new operators have agreed to purchase 1188 Fadden Road and live in this residence, consolidate it with the larger parcel, and create a new boundary around the existing residence on 1080 Fadden Road for the retired dairy farmer's son. This will allow the family to continue to have a home on the farm, but be far enough away from the farm operations to ensure no issues will be created in the future. Just going back here. The subject properties are located in the southeast corner of Abbotsford in an area with large farm operations. The subject properties are located in the ALR and on the east side of Fadden Road. The OCP land use designation is Agricultural 2 Lowlands. The properties are zoned A2, Agricultural 2 zone. The soil capability is 3 silt and clay and 4 sand and silt. And once again, this is the proposed site plan. So the recommendations made by this committee will form part of the report to council. And at this time, I ask the committee to resolve to make a recommendation to council that council forward the application to the ALC with support as presented, or forward the application to the ALC with support with changes, or forward the application to the ALC with no comments, or deny and not forward the application to the ALC. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think the applicant is here, correct?
I'm the applicant.
Okay. And Mr. Goddard will be speaking on behalf of you
On behalf.
virtually. Okay. Mr. Gaudette, I don't see him on the screen.
I think he's on the telephone today.
He's just on his phone.
Just by
so he doesn't
telephone?
have a mic.
Mr. Gaudette, did you want to say a few words on behalf of your client?
Yes, thank you very much. As mentioned, my name is Brian Gaddeth, and I'm joined here today by Rick Cron, who is the son of the former owner of Birchwood Dairy. We appreciate your time. We have received and read the report prepared by City Planner Carolina. As many of you know, the Cron family have lived and worked at this farm since the 60s. The two sites combined equal 20 hectares, and each site has a principal residence. As mentioned in the report, the large site is a dairy farm occupied by the well-known Birchwood Dairy. Their dairy products have been enjoyed by VC residents for many years. In addition to the dairy farm, there's an on-site dairy processing plant, a direct farm market, as well as many barns used by the operation. The small site, less than an acre, has a house formerly occupied for many years by Rick's parents. Mr. Cron has now moved to the urban area, while a large site has a home occupied by Rick, who is here today. The father, Mr. Cron, has decided it's time to retire and has recently sold the land, building, business equipment, and cattle to an existing valley-based dairy farmer. The small site is still owned by Mr. Cron, while the house on the large site continues to be occupied by Rick. So here's our proposal, and I thank you for your patience. The owners of the large site, they want to purchase the small site from Mr. Cron, and they're willing to consolidate the small site with the large site. Mr. Cron would like to create a new title of similar size around the existing house on the large site in exchange for the consolidation of the small site with the large site. This would allow Rick to continue to live in the agricultural area where he works part-time, where he's been most of his life. And this house has been modified to suit Rick's needs. In addition, MOA has stated, which is in the report, that the land around Rick's house is too hilly for agricultural use. So, as it now sits, the house on the small site is much too close to the dairy operation. That was fine in the past when the owner of the farm also lived in the house on the...
I think we lost him.
Oh dear.
He is unmuted. So he's not muted, I think. We just
Mr.
lost-
Gaudette, I don't know if you can hear us, but we seem to have lost you. Just give him a minute. Maybe he's
I'll try to send him a message just.
okay. Is there anything you wanted to say, sir, in addition, or
Pardon?
is there anything you wanted to say in addition while we're waiting?
Not really, if you have any questions for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just left the meeting. Maybe he's hoping he can hop back on
Yeah.
and work.
No, other than that, they have a farm manager living in the main house, which was my dad's, and it really needs to stay on as that. Because if they're on the farm, they see everything that's going on.
Right.
And being, back and forth into the barns, milking back and forth, then he doesn't have to go so far, right? He doesn't have to get into the vehicle and driveway and come back 2 hours later. And
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Does anyone on the committee have any questions for the applicant while we're waiting? No?
I mean, this seems fairly cut and dry to me.
Yeah?
I don't have a problem with this at all. This makes a lot of sense.
Did you want to make a motion then?
Happy to make a motion to support it.
All right.
Second it.
Second it. Randy, Randy, did you want to speak? Is that where your hand
No,
was up?
no,
you just support it?
I support the motion.
Okay, anyone else wish to speak to it then? Okay, I'm assuming Grant would be okay with this outcome. All right, all in favor of the motion? None opposed, motion's carried. All right, so we only had the one item, but one thing that I also should have done at the top of the meeting, and I neglected to, is introduce our new member, Timothy Kendrick. Do you go by Timothy or Tim?
Either one.
You don't care? Okay. I prefer Patricia, and I hate it when people shorten it.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
It works, that's all right.
So I always ask, so if you want to introduce yourself, and maybe the whole committee can, so you can get to know who everyone else
Sure.
is as well.
Thank you for that. I own BW Global. It is a designer and manufacturer of greenhouses. We are a 44-year-old family-owned company. Bought it about 14 years ago. And we have 4 pillars: food, energy, water, waste. So that food system, sort of that holistic view of things.
I should tell you, try not to move around, try to speak directly into this one or that one, because that's like the microphone here.
No problem. We design some of the most resilient greenhouses in the world. So we've got a 36-foot tall greenhouse that is 100% sealed down in Michigan. It got smoked by an EF2 tornado, 200-kilometer-an-hour winds, and barely any damage. Yeah, so we've talked to people like the World Bank and stuff like that. They said, listen, you're not ag, even though we are ag. They said you're more infrastructure, right? So getting more resilient as the weather turns pretty harsh. So we do -40, we do +50. So yeah.
Awesome.
So it's pretty interesting. So.
Thank you. Well, welcome to our committee. Happy to have you. Brad, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Brad Riediger, a chicken farmer in Abbotsford. I'm the president of the BC Chicken Growers Association. Represent the Poultry Association here. I am also a professional engineer in agricultural and bioresource engineering. And that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Do you want to?
Sorry to interrupt, Councillor Ross. It's Brian
Yes.
Gadeth.
Hi,
I
Grant.
guess we
So you missed all the fun. You will be happy to report that we've gone ahead and the committee has recommended support.
Okay, I had no idea what happened to our connection, but I switched phones, so maybe it was at this end. Then I will just thank you and I will move on. Okay, have a nice
All
day.
right. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. So my name is Blake Collins. I'm the Director of Development Planning here. So my team is the one that will be presenting applications to the committee.
Just have a.
Sure, yeah, I briefly said I'm Carolina Parent, I'm one of the assistant planners here.
I'm Nick Welding, I'm assistant planner here also.
So this team primarily deals with this portfolio, and you'll see their faces quite a lot here at the committee.
Matt Dykeshorn, I'm a dairy farmer in Sumasbury.
Awesome.
I'm Robin Charles, I'm the acting city clerk to provide procedural support and agenda management.
Awesome.
I'm Tammy Patola, I'm assistant city clerk, so I also deal with council and committee meetings.
Thank you. Alex, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Alex Mitchell, CEO of the Abbotsford Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Randy?
My name is Randy Friesen. I'm with the Friesen Group of Companies. We're a local feed milling and hatchery and poultry operation here in Abbotsford.
Thank you. Spencer?
It's local hobby farmer in Abbotsford and Bradner area.
Thank you. And Kim? Whoop. Oh, you still sound muted. We still can't hear you, Kim.
She's unmuted, but we weren't able to do an audio check with her earlier.
Oh, it says you're unmuted, but we still can't hear you. Kim is with the Ministry of Agriculture.
Perfect, great.
It needs no introduction.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Now we just need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Brad, second by Alex, all in favor. Motion's approved. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, it is. Sweet.